Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing something a little new. I'm using a wireless lavalier mic, which I have never done before. So this is the Sennheiser XSW-D. Yeah, I think I got that right. So it's clipped on right here and onto my pocket down here. And it's at about minus 12 decibels into the camera. So the lavalier is going into the Canon EOS R, which has pretty good preamps for a camera. And it's turned down to just about below the first notch in the volume. So it's down there pretty far, but I'm about, like I said, minus 12 decibels. So this camera can handle the Sennheiser XSW-D just fine. And if you have problems with like a camera that shoots hot, like the Panasonic cameras, you can definitely get an attenuation cable for your like Panasonic GH5s and stuff like that that tend to have the audio a little hot. They're about 29, 30 bucks on Amazon. Not the ideal solution, but if you definitely want to use this, I would do that if you have a Panasonic. Otherwise, you'll be clipping your audio. So we're going to do a few demonstrations here. And one thing I haven't seen anybody do, I've seen him go directly into the camera. You know, the Canon EOS R is great for this, or EOS R, tomato, however you want to say it. And one of the things I'm going to do is I want to run this into like the MixPre3 II Series to see what it sounds like. And I'm not going to do any post-processing. I may adjust the levels a little bit so you can hear it, you know, or I won't blast your ears off. So just kind of level out the audio. And then we'll go ahead and hook it to the MixPre3 and see what it sounds like. And in the meantime, I'm going to walk around. I'm indoors right now. I'm maybe about 10 feet from the camera. So let me walk away and see if you can still hear this. I'm going to walk down the hallway here, which is about 30 or 50 feet. And by the way, this is an omnidirectional mic. So if I turn my head or anything like that, you should be able to hear me just fine. So this is the Sennheiser ME2, which by itself was about $130, but I got it in the XSW-D kit, which was on sale at the end of the year for like $200, and I had a gift card, and I had a 10% off from Amazon for my Prime membership. So couldn't pass up this deal. It was great. And I've never done a wireless setup like this. You know, I'm always in front of the Rode NT-G5 or the Rode NT1 or the Shure SM7B. Those are the mics I normally talk to or shoot my videos on. So this is definitely different for me, especially going into the camera, since I usually go into the MixPre3 II Series 2. Sorry, a little tongue-tied today. So let me walk around and see how this thing sounds. So I'm going to be turning my back to it and turning sideways to make sure the transmitter's on the other side and they're not direct line of sight. So let me walk around and see how this goes. So right now I'm currently walking down the hall, past the kitchen, into the living room, by the pooper dogs. Hello, puppy. And now I'm about 30 to 50 feet away on the other side of the house here. So hopefully you can hear me. And I'm gonna come walking back, and there shouldn't be any big changes at all. So now that I'm coming back, hopefully you can still hear this just fine. I also wanna go outside and try this for a distance test. All right, so how did that sound? You know, obviously I won't know until I get back, you know, into the computer and check out this video and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and head outside maybe and hook this to the MixPre3 and see what it sounds like. So I just never seen anybody on YouTube do that. They always run it into a camera, but they never run it into like a really good field recorder or something like that. So I want to give that a shot and see if it makes a difference. So thank you everybody, and stand by, and we'll switch over, maybe go outside and then hook up to the MixPre. So thank you and stand by. All right everybody, now that we're back outside, I want to do this real quick before it starts to rain on me. So right now I got this at about f13, ISO 400, just so you can see it. And then, you know, I don't want the blurry background right now, so I didn't put on an ND filter or nothing like that. But I'm still at ISO 400, I'm about 10 feet away from the camera. I'm going to start walking, and let me grab the little transmitter here because it'll show green if it's still connected and the audio is good. And let me see when it starts cutting it out. So I'm going to be measuring steps, which is about 2.5 feet for every step, or about little over 0.7 meters. So let me start walking here, and I'm going to turn my back to it too and hold this in front so we see what happens. So I'm going to turn around and start walking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Whoops. I just had a red and it just cut out. So that was only like 14 steps plus 10 feet. So that was only like 40 feet. This is supposed to have about 75 meters or 250 feet. Ooh, that wasn't very good, was it? So let me see if I can turn around if it reds. Okay, it didn't turn red this time. It did while I was moving. So we're at about 14 steps and 30 feet. So that's about 40 feet. So, sorry, it just went red again. All right, so it just turned red and it just turned green again when I turned around. So obviously you got to keep this in line of sight if you're going to go over 30, 40 feet. Let me start walking back toward it. To me, that's the real test. So some of the YouTubers were right. I thought for sure I'd get at least 100 feet out of this thing. But it looks like with your transmitter behind you are not in line of sight. It was only like 30 or 40 feet. I also got the receiver twisted sideways. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. We can maybe turn that and try. So I just want to do a quick outdoor test and see what happened. So far my levels look good at about -12. You know, I'm green now. So let me go and hook this to the MixPre3 II and see what it sounds like when we're hooked up to like a decent audio recorder. You know, and maybe I can bring this into the field or outside and use the MixPre3 II on top with the Sennheiser on top of it to try to get decent recordings instead of going directly into the camera. But I haven't done this for a long time, so we'll see how it works. I also got some traffic coming by. I'm just curious if you can hear that. It was a UPS truck. Yeah, postal service truck. So I was just curious if you could hear that. With an omnidirectional mic, you can hear stuff like that. So I may try to get the cardioid version of this so you don't get those outside influences and sounds, but we'll give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. All right, so it cut out at about 22, you know, times 2.5, 44, 45, 46, so just over 50 feet, you know, considering how far I was in the first place, so not too bad. And an omnidirectional mic. Oh, and here comes an airplane. How nice. So hold on a second, let me let this airplane go by. So one of the downsides of having an omnidirectional mic is, I'm curious now if you could hear that and see how sensitive this microphone is. So all right, let me start heading back. So it looks like this is usable up to 50 feet, no matter where the transmitter and receiver are in line of sight or not. So I thought that was a quick little interesting test outside. So here's the little transmitter with the lavalier hooked, and it's underneath my shirt and sitting right here. So sorry for thunking it, you probably just heard that. So let me go back inside and hook this to the MixPre. I'm being real interested to see what this sounds like hooked to like a professional field recorder or a good audio recorder. Dang, if I can talk today. So we'll hook this to the MixPre3 II Series 2 and see what it sounds like instead of going directly into the camera, and see if it makes a difference. So I want to get out of here before I start getting rained on. So stand by and we'll head back indoors. Thanks. All right, everybody, now that we're back inside and it's a different day, sorry about that. So when I got home, come to find out I have water leaking from my ceiling into my laundry room. So had to get all that cleaned up and fixed and all that good stuff. So now that we're back inside, I have the Sennheiser XSW-D running over here to the MixPre3 II Series 2 or Mark II, however you want to say it. And I'm going in the aux import because I don't have a XLR adapter. So it's just going into the aux in into track 2, and you can see it's recording, and I have the little receiver up on top here that I could screw in if I was going to put this in on a camera. So I just want to test this. I've never seen anybody test this on YouTube, or if they did, I just didn't see it. And right now the mic is right here. So I don't know if you can see it or not. You probably can. So this was the test of the Sennheiser XSW-D, outside, inside, some distance test. I actually love it, you know, but this is the first wireless system I've ever used. It's real easy to use. I've had no trouble with hot signals or hot audio like you may have in some cameras. I didn't need an attenuation cable or anything like that. The EOS R worked perfectly. The MixPre3 II seems to work perfectly too. So just a great setup. You know, I can't say much about it, you know, really excited. I love this, you know, no cables, just wireless audio. So pretty cool for me. You know, some people, this is old hat and they've done it forever. So I kind of like this, and I can definitely start going outside now and moving around and doing stuff like that. So hopefully you like this little look at the Sennheiser XSW-D. You know, give me a big old double thumbs up or big old double thumbs down if you thought this sucked. So have a great day or night, everybody. Happy shooting. Thank you. Bye.